In the depths of ancient times, there's a story that echoes through the ages. A tale of desperation turned to hope, of empty vessels filled with miracles. Let me tell you about the widow's oil. Picture this: a grieving widow, her eyes filled with tears, clutching her two young sons close. Her husband, a faithful servant of the Lord, had passed away, leaving behind not just memories but also crushing debt. Now the creditor was at her door, threatening to take her precious boys as slaves. In her darkest hour, she turned to the prophet Elisha. Her voice trembling, she pleaded, "My husband, your servant, is dead. You know he revered the Lord. But now the creditor is coming to take my two boys as slaves." The desperation in her voice could break the hardest heart. Elisha looked at her with compassion and asked a simple question. "Tell me, what do you have in your house?" Her response was barely a whisper. Nothing except a small jar of oil. Just a tiny jar, seemingly insignificant in the face of such overwhelming debt. But here's where the story takes an extraordinary turn. Elisha gave her unusual instructions. Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into all the jars. Can you imagine the scene? The widow and her sons, gathering vessels from every neighbor, probably earning strange looks. But faith moved her forward. Behind closed doors, with trembling hands, she began to pour from her tiny jar. And then, the miracle happened. The oil kept flowing. One jar filled, then another and another. It defied all logic, this endless stream of liquid gold pouring from such a small source. The boys rushed to bring more jars, their eyes wide with wonder. The oil continued to flow until there wasn't a single empty vessel left. When she returned to Elisha with news of this miracle, he told her, "Go sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left." Not only was her debt paid, but she had enough to secure her family's future. This powerful story teaches us something profound. Sometimes our greatest breakthroughs come from what seems like our smallest resources. When we bring our little to God, our small jar of oil, our tiny seed of faith, He can multiply it beyond our wildest imagination. Today, when you feel overwhelmed by life's demands, remember the widow's oil. Your small beginning, when placed in divine hands, can become more than enough. The miracle isn't just about the oil, it's about trust, faith, and the extraordinary ways heaven responds to human need.